Good run, James. Good run. What is this? 10K in 41 minutes. Not too bad, hey?
42 minutes. Hey? I think your watch must be out there.
What watch is it?
I've got an Apple.
Ah, that's your problem. I've got an Android, way better on location and accuracy.
I'm not sure I agree with that, eh? I mean, Apple's like the gold standard.
No, I think, the altitude might be messing with your watch. Oh. Maybe the vision, I'm not sure. But yeah.
I tell you what, why don't you send me your data and then I'll forward it to our guys there at DataOrbis, our data experts, and they can analyze it, and I'm sure we'll solve it.
Fair enough, but to make it fair, why don't you send me your data, let me get some of our wizards at Argility to have a look, and then we'll settle it like that, huh? What do you think?
Okay,
right.
Deal.
Sending right now.
Okay, there you go, it's gone.
Good.
Right, while we're waiting for that result to come back and we're chatting a bit about data, Argility has just become part of the Smollan family. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the business?
So in essence, we are a software business. We've been a software business for the last 35 years, and our focus is on building, supporting, and installing software solutions for retail and supply chain management around Africa. We started out 35 years ago. We used to be part of a listed group called the UCS Group. UCS Group was really focused on providing technology, software and services to retailers all around kind of Africa basically, and in Europe, the UK and so forth. Between 2011 and 2014, part of the UCS, firstly the UCS Group delisted, and part of the group was sold off to BCX.
Okay.
And then the enterprise software divisions, meaning own IP software divisions, were extracted out of the UCS when the brand was sold off and rebranded under the umbrella of Argility. And that's how Argility came to be. So the name is new, but the history goes far back.
Rich history there.
Very rich history. And then over the last 4 or so years, we made a number of acquisitions and we invested in a couple of startups to form Argility Technology Group, which is what you kind of see today. And then kind of the beginning of this year, late last year, another really, really big event in our history happened, which was joining the Smollan family. We're very, very excited about that. And kind of looking forward to writing that new chapter of this epic UCS Argility story together with this.
Yeah, we're also excited about that. Oh. Well, I mean, I didn't actually realize the extent of your business. Tell us a little bit more about those 5 business groups.
So the biggest in the group is Argility. Right? So Argility focuses on tailored and customized retail management software for really larger retailers. So for example, the ShopRite Furniture is one of our bigger customers. We deployed our software when they had about 15 stores. Currently, they're running about 600 stores all over Africa, right?
Okay, wow.
So it includes point of sale, back office, merchandise management, promotions, and various other things. And then as of about 3 or 4 years ago, we've been investing quite a lot in predictive analytics for retail, innovation around delivery management, and various other things. So that would be Argility. The next one in the group is Sequential Solutions. Sequential basically focuses, they've built their own warehouse management system, which is cloud-based, but they're not just a service provider that drops the warehouse management system down. They actually provide consulting services around optimizing the supply chains and using the software correctly.
Fantastic.
In fact, Sequential was deployed for Smollan just at, I think it was 2 months ago, to replace Parcel Ninja. So
fantastic.
We're making progress there.
So you're already into the group.
Absolutely. And then the next one would be Fleet Domain. Fleet Domain is our online fleet management system. In fact, Fleet Domain is currently managing about 2,500, 2,600 vehicles for the Smollan Group. So
another one
as well. Exactly.
Another one.
The fourth business is one we acquired probably about 3 or 4 years ago. It's really focused, it's Sky Data, and focused on Internet of Things. Everything IoT related. It allows us to deploy physical probes and sensors out into the field, and then convert that raw data coming back into business value, analytics, alerting, mobility, and whatever else is required to make the raw data of actual value instead of just data points. All right? And then the fifth business is the most recent member to the ATG family, Ashanti AI. So Ashanti and Takalani and his team, they focus on data science as a service, so primarily focusing more on consulting work around data science for customers like APSA, Momentum, Three-Way Marketing, and a bunch of others, while at the same time they're building their own two products, one focused on labor management, really in partnership with Sequential and the data that they provide, and also a recruitment platform that uses AI to score candidates in partnership with Three-Way Marketing.
Wow, that's really interesting. I mean, just a super broad range of things that you guys do there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we can't do everything everywhere,
Yeah.
and sort of hitting the ground running this year, I think we're going to need to be a little bit more selective in kind of what we look to integrate and focus on.
Right.
Have you got any thoughts on that?
Right. So I think the low-hanging fruit is our existing software. And I'm not talking the complicated, like retail management software that has long sales cycles. But I'm talking Sequential, Fleet Domain, Multi-Tracks Delivery Management, Sky Data, and so forth. So I think the low-hanging fruit would be the software that already exists and is running in multiple customers, hence deployed at Smollan already.
Yeah.
Not just internally for Smollan, of course, but also for Smollan's customers externally that have a similar problem. So that's probably where I would start, as we have, and it's a fantastic way to do it.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, shorter sales cycles,
That's right.
quicker to implement.
That's spot on. Right. Second one, I would say, based on what I've learned of DataOrbis, and how much, DataOrbis seems to be really, really strong in the analytics space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not just strong conceptually, but has that scale, all right, across various customers. But where DataOrbis has been focused on descriptive analytics and monetizing that data, our
100%.
internal team did not want to compete with businesses like that are ahead of us. We've been focused purely on predictive analytics. So not answering what happened in the past, but trying to answer what is likely to happen in the future and how do we make it happen. So for example, pricing optimization, promotion analytics, demand forecasting, personalized recommendations, and so forth. So just looking at what DataOrbis is doing and the volumes of data and the scale with what the teams at Argility are building plus Ashanti, I really think there's something very interesting there. Definitely worth exploring and taking a new product and a new value proposition out to existing customers and new customers.
I love what you're saying.
I cannot envision retailers in the future using gut feel and experience to make these sort of decisions. It will be data driven. It's a matter of time, in my opinion, not kind of if, it's a when. So we might as well get going and put something together.
Awesome. I'm loving what you're saying. One of the challenges I do see in the short term is I understand you guys are Google Cloud based.
Yes.
Most of the DataOrbis products and development that we've done is done on Microsoft Azure. And obviously in the long term, we can streamline that and look at what we do. But in the short term, to sort of get maximum impact there, have you got any ideas about how we could overcome that challenge?
So I have never heard a customer say, look at that beautiful transaction. Right? They don't care what is behind the scenes, as long as it works the way it's supposed to. It's available in a consolidated way where they don't have to jump between things. So that's where I would start, with the front end. So from what I understand, DataOrbis has already done the pre-work to select the correct front-end platform for analytics, right? Which is Pyramid Analytics.
Pyramid Analytics. We've done a lot of work around that.
So, after hearing from you about Pyramid, we obviously did some of our own homework to find out how it works. And we were really pleasantly surprised. When compared to some of the other front-end frameworks, it really works well and has various other features that can come in handy further down the line. So the way I would start, instead of trying to rewrite all the models and the business logic and all the work that the teams have done already, both on DataOrbis and Argility, I would consolidate by standardizing on the same front-end platform, connected to two different data sources, and really start there. Merge the data together, show a consolidated view, and then let the momentum take us further and see where we kind of end up.
Loving what you're saying. And it also just feeds in so well to all the work we've been doing with Pyramid Analytics around a partnership with them, where we can actually become a reseller of the Pyramid Analytics platform.
Right.
and also an implementation partner. So I would imagine with your extensive client base, there must be some really great opportunities to actually put Pyramid into some of those clients as their analytics platform of choice.
Definitely.
So really pretty excited about that, that way of thinking. Just coming back to the data science capability, and you know, I agree with what you're saying around the importance that that's going to have for our future, you know, our future clients, but then also within the Smollan business, you know, as we look to move forward, optimize what we're doing from a sales and merchandising perspective. A lot of what we're talking about at the moment is delivering data-driven insights.
Right.
Tell us a little bit more about your data science capability in the business.
So we've got two teams. A team within Argility focuses purely on developing the predict retail product. So we're very clear about the models and the questions we want to answer. And the team focuses purely on the product. There's about 6 people in the team full-time just delivering the product. Then we also have Ashanti AI, which I mentioned earlier. They have about 7 people, a mixture of data scientists and data engineers, who focus more on consulting work, meaning experimentation and doing consulting work for a variety of industries, right? So those are kind of the 2 teams we currently have. We'd love to scale it up so we can do more things together with DataOrbis, but we have a very solid foundation to kind of work from and start from.
That's really exciting. So, I mean, what I'm hearing is both the consulting services side and the ability to actually develop products around, you know, predictive analytics and data science.
Right.
Another area which is sort of really on the Smollan strategic roadmap, and an area we really are thinking about a lot, is e-commerce, and how do we kind of play a bigger role in e-commerce and move more of our solutions into e-commerce. Is there anything that Argility brings to that mix and can contribute to the Smollan e-commerce strategy?
So as mentioned, we've already deployed Sequential to replace Parcel Ninja as a warehouse management system, right? But we've got a number of other, call them puzzle pieces, that fit into the e-commerce space. So based on what I've learned of the Smollan group, there's really a lot of good businesses out there, and many of them focusing on e-commerce. So I think when you collectively combine the IP of the group with what Argility has also brought to the table now, we could really make a sexy and holistic solution to take to the market.
Okay.
So what we could bring, Sequential, Fleet Domain for really managing the logistics side of things. We've got Multitracks, which is a delivery management and tracking application. And we've got Predict Retail, which can focus on personalization, recommendation engines, and the like. So I think we've got a number of puzzle pieces, and I know that my team is working closely with Michael and his team around structuring that e-commerce strategy and helping put all of these puzzle pieces together with a sexy solution that can go out into the market. Wow. Starting obviously internally, testing it out and moving it externally.
That sounds really fantastic. So some really strong technology solutions which can contribute to the e-commerce value chain, how the product actually gets to the end consumer. Amazing. Wow, I think the results are in.
Yeah, got it as well. What do you have there?
40 minutes.
Sure, I got 40 minutes as well.
40
new personal
minutes.
Best.
40 minutes, 10Ks in 40 minutes. I think that's a new personal best.
I think we're better together, eh?
Great stuff,
Good
Marko.
Stuff. Let's go for another run.
Looking forward to the rest of the year.
Thank you. Let's go for another run.
Great to chat.